So after falling short by attacking a line of supported Romans in the first game, I'm just very conscious I forgot to tell you the result in that one. The second game, to get the camel fracks up into action, hoves into view yet again. And again, it's a very, very similar army. I think this one's Late Imperial Roman. Big line of legions, not actually so big, quite a few auxilia over there as well. And I think this one's got a couple of cataphracts of its own. It's got probably an Alan ally with some decent cavalry, and then it sort of starts to run out a bit. So here, starting to learn a bit more about how to coordinate it. I've got the smaller cavalry commander, cataphract command here, the main big command with its cataphracts, mixing in a couple of spearmen. They're hoping to play against the enemy cavalry. Then my camelfracts want to be playing against the enemy cavalry as well, supported by these spearmen. And then the auxilia, the javelinmen can run into this bit of terrain and see what they find, and hopefully my little pocket of cavalry can deal with these two guys as well. Still interesting. I am suspecting that my flank march is due to come on here, because that baggage is really, really tempting for any kind of flank marching command to rock up and turn up, which means I've not got a lot to go into this terrain, but you know, the baggage attack, which will be pretty well signalled, will yes, there it is, number 2. That will hopefully keep anything on that side honest for a while my cataphracts steam in. So here is the army. You've got a brilliant unreliable, but then again, it sits in the middle. It's going to be attacked, so that's it. 5 legions, 2 cataphracts, the light artillery as well, a couple of skirmishers. Then there, the auxilia command, 3 auxiliars, 2 bowmen, very similar to Kevin's one, and the Alan ally, medium cavalry impetuous, heavy cavalry impetuous, ready to attack and sweep forward on one of the wings. So ta-da, bit of a problem. That's a 1 for my flank marching command, which means they need to roll some pretty good dice in succession to appear. But does the game plan need them? It's great. It's a bonus if they get the baggage, but they also do come on a 4. Once they roll a 6 again, they just need to roll a 6 to become reliable. So here we go, fast forwarding. Well, I've managed to, because these Romans are not coming forward very much at all, I've managed to move up all these different elements. The cataphracts there, cataphracts, spearmen, camels, spearmen. So this is kind of a good matchup. It's cataphracts and spearmen against the impetuous Alans, who are not impetuous against this sort of horrible mix. The spearmen are just about in the right place. The legions just about in the right place, but they still can't do anything about the guys in there. I've just got to suck that up and just drift a bit away from it and try and go through the middle before that hits me in the flank. And yeah, these guys, they've done nothing about that missing command. They're just happy. I'm going forwards anyway. No point in waiting for it. Everybody's just ignoring it. So here we go, straight into combat. Bang, big slam. Actually, just a quick check on this thing. So there's 4 of the legions with support, but only 4, not 6 as with Kevin's army. And all along the line, a couple of hits for me, which may well have been from shooting beforehand. Let's see, there's 1 of them there. So not too much effect from shooting from this rapid advance. I've gone in with a spearman here, and I've gone in with the camelfracts. There's a bit of a break in the enemy line. Charging with spearmen's not normally great, but I don't want to leave a hole, and I want to get as many overlaps as possible. These create an overlap, so it's 1 overlap 2 against 1 impact 2. This guy can possibly come in, bit risky, but better than leaving him in unengaged. It's just getting all these into a chewing match as these start to think about coming around the flank, and there's some very busy medium cavalry there as well. So this is really, how does this desperate struggle go on? And it goes on with the legions doing well, as they seem to have done in the previous game. You've got a couple of hits there, you've got a hit there. Unsurprisingly, those have taken a hit, but these guys have pushed through. So this must be a couple of turns in, otherwise they would have taken 2 hits through furious charge if they'd lost that in the first round. Can't see what the markers are behind there, but hopefully my guys are doing a bit better. And as you see, well, maybe not so much. The mediocres struggle, but the camels have gone through. The camels have gone through over here. They're still fighting away here. Can we see any markers, anything going? Oh yes, here's the little people. There's a red person. That's probably not good. Are there any other people over there? Can't quite see them. So still fighting away. Still got 3, 4, 5, 6 cataphracts in play, but a couple missing in the middle, which is rather tricky. Looking at it over here, you can see all these supported auxilia. The support's a bit irrelevant when they're going into the back of cataphracts. Piling straight into the back after someone's knocked a big hole in the line. Great news, he was struggling a little bit, but now he's in all sorts of being rescued by my lack of ability to defend this flank for very long. This is starting to roll the house up. This is starting to look rather problematic indeed here for these guys. But the camels are still chugging away. And ta-da! Here comes the flank march. It's arrived. The baggage is at their mercy. Will these guys be able to do anything? Who knows? But time does look like it's slipping away a little bit. But suddenly there's a brilliant fury of motion and anger. And what happens here is quite remarkable. The auxilia go into the back of the cataphracts, and the cataphracts survive. This one's attacked on all sides. Unfortunately, my markers for 2 hits are a little bit big and not designed for a unit that's surrounded on all sides. But these guys are really outperforming. Their armor's working, their eliteness is working. They're hanging on against the odds, much to the annoyance of these auxilia and these legionaries that are still fighting. So the battle is still going on, and we're just about to take the baggage, and we're still knocking some big holes in this army here. So it's kind of very definitely chewing itself forward, but it can't go on forever. Can't go on forever at all. But it looks like that guy's sort of flipped over into this one. This guy's completely being overwhelmed as well. So we've not really done the damage against these legions and auxilia there at all. But over on this side, there's an absolute absence of Allans, and there's a bit of an absence of cataphracts as well. Some of these have done well. The baggage has been eaten, so there's all sorts of damage. But the real issue is that everything in my line from here, that used to be 6 cataphracts and 2 spearmen, that's 8 things gone. That's quite a big problem. There was another one there, that's 9 things gone. So this really doesn't look particularly good an outcome for the unsubtle, unflank supported Parthian attack. And even those guys are still here. We've still got one. It's not bad. Okay, we'll let the javelinmen, the hill javelinmen off. They're still doing, and the one camel frac, but the rest of it pretty much wiped out. Even though they catch the baggage with their big bobbly hats, is it going to be enough? Probably not. As we see the back of the camel fracs.